Yeah, we back in the zone. Time to tighten the frame. Mind sharp, body strong. Yeah, we lifting the game. Fit Sanity, see the crew. We be breaking the limits. No excuses, no fear. We go hard every minute. Tay the great in the lab. Jordan holding it down. We talk health, real life, how to rise from the ground. If you ready for the change, take a breath, lock in. It's the podcast for the warriors. Let's begin. 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 Let's
Welcome back to another episode of Fit Sanity, where we talk about real life, real challenges, and how we protect our bodies and our minds. I'm your host, Tay the Great, and I'm along with my co-host. Go ahead.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy J Wolf, aka Alpha Wolf, aka Mr. J Swole. Want to walk sideways through doors. What's up, everybody? What's up?
All right. So today we have a special episode for you guys. We wanted to we've talked about the fitness part, I believe, several times, but I don't really think we've got into the sanity part. So and that's another whole part of this podcast. We want to make sure we're protecting our mental health. So today's episode is going to be mental strength through life's challenges, which we all have challenges. And so in this episode, we're going to try to help you guys and ourselves identify different ways that we can get through some of those challenges.
And I think a lot of times we don't talk about it enough. And I've seen it through TikTok. I've seen it through Instagram, pretty much all through social media, period. Mental health plays a lot of part in our lives today. I mean, nobody really talks about what they're really going through. And sometimes we don't have an outlet to even get it out. And sometimes we think, I'll be fine. I'm doing this. But that eats you up on the inside. I know for me it does. In my experience, I'm very hard on myself. I know I have plenty of my friends and family that will tell me that. I'm super hard on myself. Even when I think I should talk to somebody, I keep that bare deep, man.
Yeah,
like, seriously.
Yeah.
And it goes a long way. And then again, in this day and time, you can't tell everybody about your mental because everyone thinks, oh, you were crazy. But again, we have to look at it like this. If we have to find some type of outlet, whether it's either talking or for myself, it's in the gym because that's where I throw everything out.
Right.
I mean, that's just how I look at it, big bro.
Hey, and you know what, Jordan? Let me ask you something on that, based on that. Do you feel like the two are directly connected? If you ask me, if I'm not working out, I feel like my mental isn't right 100%, not as good as it could be. Now, granted, if there's a time where I'm on vacation and I don't want to work out, like I've been doing this, I don't want to work out, that's different. But on a regular basis, I feel like after a workout, I feel so much better. And I know there's science to that, how certain exercises, especially lower body power moves, releases more dopamine and everything like that. So there's science behind it, right?
If you really want to toss your mental awareness out somewhere, do leg day.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, the leg day for me, man, I used to hate leg day. And then all of a sudden, I just I got these tree trunks for legs, you know what I mean? Granted, I'm still working on them, so it is what it is. But again, to take back what you're saying, man,
right.
You really have again, the gym is going to be, for me, is going to be my ultimate way of letting it all go. Sometimes we get into that mode to where people thinking, oh, you're so locked in when you're in the gym and people can't talk to you. Let me just put that out there. Just because someone is locked in their workouts doesn't mean they're bigger or better than you. Sometimes the people that's coming in, they're working through something. We don't know what, but they are working through something. Yeah. And by all means, if you come see me in the gym and you be like, man, you good? I'm going to tell you I'm good. But deep down, I'm trying to crush these weights because something needs to go right something needs to go right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. Bro. And you know what's crazy is I believe on the last episode, we did talk about that whole main character moments when we had Farad on, and we talked about the thing where you could be in your own head, and like you said, you look mean, but you're just in your own head. So let's talk about the part where nobody sees, right? That's the part that nobody sees. Like, you go on the outside, and I don't care what you look like, right? You can go in the gym, you can be fit, you could look great, right? We've seen people that fit great. For example, I'll share a little bit of a story. I remember working with this one guy. I won't mention any names out of respect, anything like that, or anything like that. But I remember working with a guy at the gym, and more like a training situation. And guy was in shape, seemed like he had it together, knowledgeable, everything. I'm like, oh, dude, you're going to do so well. Not too long after that, I found out that guy took his own life. And he looked like he wasn't going through anything. It's like, dude, looked like a freaking Ken doll. Like, you know what I mean? Didn't look like he was going through anything. So that's the part that no one sees, that we try to, hopefully we can bring a little bit of light to. And I feel like sometimes it's okay to not be okay, right?
Yeah, it is, man. I guess it was that word or that saying, acceptance is denial or something like that.
Right.
I don't know the exact same ways to appropriate that, but if you tell yourself it's okay and you know that in the back of your mind it's really not okay, sometimes, man, you just have to find a way to mitigate the situation. I love that word, mitigate, because it works in our lives. Something doesn't work out, we have to find another way around it. And I give you a little brief of my story, and like I said, I just and again, I think you guys heard me from my fellow TikTokers. I know you guys probably heard me say this before if I hinted at it, but when you just want to talk, you just want to talk, you know what I mean, and you want to feel better about your situation. So real briefly, man, I was heading to work one morning, and the thought just, we get those random thoughts. It was just a weird thought, you know what I mean? And so, again, the thought ran through my head. I'm not going to tell you what the thought was, but again, we get thoughts.
Right.
So I figured, let me just go in. Let me just talk to somebody about it. Made a few phone calls. And even the guy hearing me over the other side of that phone call, he was just like, man, this sounds like you just really want to talk to somebody. You just are, kind of going through something. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? So it's also, when someone doesn't really understand, they want to take it to a complete far end of whatever the case they want to take it through. And like I said, man, talking is going to be the best thing, at least one avenue that you can take. But again, like I said before, you cannot always tell everybody your situation, because you just never know if that person is either going to use that against you, right, or they're going to take that and actually help you with that situation. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, and again, even though we were talking about mental health, remember, even it's about a man and or a woman, we too as genders go through that every single day. Right. You may be a single mom going through something. You may be a single dad going through something, or you just going through life, period. You know what I mean? And again, like you said before, bro, and I feel you on that, man. We all go through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what I think is, because I would ask you work with a lot of people, and I work with a lot of people, men and women. And I'll ask you, what do you think a lot of people struggle with mentally? And before you answer, I'm going to say what I think, okay, right? I do think if I'm listening to friends' stories, anything, we even have conversations, right?
Yeah, big time.
And it's the pressure, right? It's the pressure, feeling like, man, if I don't go to work today, especially if you're a father, a mother, and you feel like you're carrying the whole family, you got kids, you can't afford to take a day off mentally. You can't afford to have a day off mentally. And even if you feel like you need one, like your life could be mentally in shambles. But how do you relieve yourself? Or do you just find someone to talk to? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's where the fit part comes in. It does help to some degree, right?
I would say in my own, let's say with the clients, and I know, again, not saying any names, she's going through, a situation where she's going through she wants to keep being married, or she doesn't want to keep being married. So, but she says her outlet is the gym.
Right.
She says when we train together, I put it like this. I'm one of those types of trainers, and I'm not saying that any other trainer isn't a bad trainer, because we all have a different path that we take as far as trainers.
I agree.
I try to be personal with my clients. Hey, how's everything going? That's the first question I asked. How am I going to ask you, how's your workout? How are you doing up here? Because that lets me gauge of, okay, how the workout's going to go.
Right.
But the first thing I would say to anyone going through something mentally wise, find a hobby, whether it's video games, gardening.
Did we talk about that last episode?
I think find a hobby, because it helps. It definitely helps. And then go to a gym. Find a gym membership.
That's a hobby.
That's a hobby. Get a gym membership. I guarantee it makes you feel a whole lot better.
Right.
I'd rather be in the gym, to me, honestly, to be out clubbing somewhere. Now, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind. But when the Fedia ain't where it is, I'd rather just be in the gym, because guess what? It's like a club in its own. Am I correct?
Yeah.
But
at the right time,
but
it would
again,
be like a club.
Exactly. If you go in the right time,
Go in the afternoon, about 4, 5, 6 o'clock.
Could you be in there at 6?
Oh, it's gonna feel like a club.
Dude.
Go in your best outfit, workout outfit. That is, if you want some attention, if you're single, if you're looking for that. But that's not why we go to the gym. But some people, everybody goes for their own reasons, and it is not our job to tell you why you go and why you don't go. Right?
That is true.
That is up to you. But what we don't talk about enough is what we were just saying is like, okay, for the people that are going through those things, how being mentally exhausted stops you from going to the gym, stops you from wanting to get out of bed. It can stop you from, I don't know, because me personally, if I've experienced it, not going into detail, I've experienced a bit of a depression before, and I didn't want to get out of bed. And I've heard people that they literally experience depression every day. Like, they have to take medication for it on a regular basis, and it just doesn't go away, which is sad in its own. But I've also known that working out can be one of those things that can help, even if it's getting up and taking a walk, right? Take a walk, just do something to get out of your own head. Have you ever known anyone or experienced that?
Oh, if I can take it back to myself, because again, I'm sitting in front of you guys on my live, and I'm telling you guys that I'm one of you. Okay, I'm not perfect, but yeah, I have gone through a depression phase where, again, even just getting up out of the bed and just sitting at the edge of the bed thinking, do I really want to get up and go out and do anything?
Right.
Even let alone going downstairs and getting me something to eat, which, again, I'm kind of out of Uncrustables right now. So Smuckers, if you are watching this, because I did follow you guys. So, again, that's like a happy snack for me. For me being a bodybuilder, Smuckers, again, even just going downstairs and trying to find something to eat, and you just want to stay in that bed and just kind of contemplate on what to do next.
Right.
It is a form of depression, and I'm not saying that it has to be in that realm, but just to sit there and just kind of be like, what to do with myself at this point. And again, once you take that first step, you're like, you know what? I don't want to do it, but I gotta. I find myself as a gym rat. If I don't go to the gym that day, I'm bored. I'll get on the game if I have to, but I'm bored at the end of the day. But yeah, it does happen to me sometimes, bro.
Right.
Like, I think, like even this morning, it's rain. I'm like, I don't want to get out here in this rain, but I realize I look at the greats: Ronnie Coleman, Arnold, Sadiq, Brandon Hendrickson. I'm pretty sure they probably, if they were in my room right now, like, hey, bro, what you doing?
Right.
Get up off your butt and go to the gym, because you're gonna feel a whole lot better. And guess what? With my big bro, I feel a whole lot better. I did my workout this morning. I'm good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, and I feel like you can use anything as a tool, right, to get better. Fitness as a tool. How did I use mine? I ran a lot. I used to be a hardcore runner. Not so much. I've always lifted, but not as much. I've always been a runner.
You could have fooled me, bro. You got arms like.
Well, that's now. That's now. It wasn't always like this, man.
You're being modest.
Weight on. But yeah, so running was one. That was one of my main things, and then once I started to take lifting, like, all right, dog, you got to get these, gains. You know, once I wanted to stay out of the 165 pound range and get to like the 180. Like today, I weighed myself at 185. I'm real proud of that.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm real proud of that.
And the more proud you feel, the more you want to keep going. It makes you be consistent.
Oh yeah.
And that's just when we look at it. I mean, I will tell you this. Like I said, I've been going back onto the fitness part of style of it. Even when you're lifting weights, you also can feel a little small depression because you're looking at yourself in the mirror thinking, why am I looking so flat? Literally, bodybuilding is literally a pinnacle of like, is it really worth it?
Mm-hmm.
And you thinking to yourself, is it really worth it to keep paying these gym dues and going to the gym every day? Do I have to eat right? I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do this, and do that. There's so many variables that comes into that whole type of mental state.
Right.
Can I continue to doing this? And I want to say this because I know Tay has his own little motto, but I want to put this out here. Change starts with you at the end of the day. If you want something to change, you got to make that change. You got to put yourself in that mind frame and you have to go for it. Simple as that. Simple.
I agree. So, and whoever's listening, I want you to actually think about how has fitness helped you? Like you. Not me, not Jordan, you. Like really reflect on your own journey during hard times. Really think about what your habit of choice is during hard times. Is it a 20-minute walk? Do you feel like you just, like, I know people that like to go hiking. Some might want to go run. Remember, I just said 3-mile run for me was just like it was just, it relieves so much pressure.
Just don't invite me to run because I'm going to make you depressed on your own run. I'm going to be like, just go ahead of me, bro. I'll catch up when I can. I'll probably be at the back of the truck, be like, hey, bro, I couldn't make it. I'm not going to run to save I'm just not going to, man.
But you know what? Like, so when a lot of people are going through like mental health issues, right? Mm-hmm. You're feeling stressed, you're feeling overwhelmed, but for the most part, you feel lost and you feel like you lost control of your life. That's when I feel like a lot of depression comes in. It's either you lost something, right? You don't typically see a lot of gains and then you get depressed unless you just gain a bunch of weight. But more than likely, it's because you lost something, right? You lost something that was important to you. And what I'm telling you guys is, having that workout structure, that whether it's running or a personal trainer or the gym, anything, I feel like that gives you back your sense of control. Like, hey, I can't control whether that person comes back or not, but I can go pick these weights up and I can control what my weight is. I can't control whether I get my job back or this or that, but I can get up and I can go do something. Like, do something about what you can control. You can't control other people. You can't control companies. You can't control anything that happens, but you can control your day-to-day, your actions, what you decide to do, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, that's obviously, I mean, that's a big point, man. It was just, there's so many things in this life that goes out of our control. You know what I mean? We can only do so much preventative care.
Right.
I don't care how fast your car is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much money you spent on that lift kit. If something happens, again, God forbid, you got that new lift kit on your truck and somehow, some way it decides to just complete goes in shambles, you know you've done something to make it preventive. But if something decides to just go wrong, I mean, obviously we can't control that,
right?
And that's just life itself. That's just with life itself. There's just a lot of things in life that we just cannot control. Crazy drivers on the road, you can't sit there and be like, man, I wish this dude would just go. But again, you have to realize you never know what they may be going through.
And don't engage other drivers.
Please don't.
Chill.
Please.
Chill. There's way too much road rage and all of that. I think I seen the news where there's some story where it's like an 11-year-old ended up getting shot because of two men in road rage. And I guess one guy just started shooting in the car. And it's not worth it. Just, you know what? Turn up your music. Maybe curse to yourself and do whatever you got to do, and then just keep it moving. It's not worth it.
And that's another thing I want to say, too, as well. As far as us as being individuals, when we are out in the world itself, like you said, you can't control what other people are doing.
Exactly.
And so I want to also, if it's okay with you, my super host, I want to also say this as well, because, again, we are all humans at the end of the day. Have that awareness, because you just don't know if you get pulled over, I will say this, please, because it's too much going on.
Right.
Let the officer do what he needs to do,
and
then go on about your business. Go to your nearest 7-Eleven and scream if you have to.
Right.
But if you would just go ahead and comply with the situation, you didn't do anything wrong, right? Regardless, you might get that ticket, you might get that speeding ticket, whatever. Let it happen. Fight it elsewhere, because you just never know what that person is going through. We have to understand that he's on the job. You may be going somewhere to party. You may be going home. You may have a crappy day, but don't let your situation outweigh what could something happen to you. I don't know how even more way to put that. However, again, it's our mental state.
I agree.
If you are having a bad mental day, there is no reason why you cannot sit there and just stay home and eat your Uncrustables. Okay.
Yeah.
Seriously. Just be mindful. That's all I have to really say, guys. Just be mindful.
All right. So, and that's a really good point, Jordan. And it's so funny because you said that, and it goes into when life gets heavy, right? And that's that mindfulness. So let's talk to the people who are struggling right now, the ones who's listening and they feel stuck, and like life is too much. They've lost motivation. Like, let's find some words for them. Like, for me, okay, if we're starting small, and it don't have to be perfect, okay? So you think about small stuff, okay? Maybe drink some water, right? Okay, just say I'm going to finish a couple of bottles of water today. It gives you something to focus on other than what you're stressed out. Or maybe stretch for 5 minutes. Go outside for a walk. Do 10 push-ups. Like, you do all that in a day and you're like, man, I did something today. You know what? My day wasn't perfect, but you know what? I killed that little workout. I drank all my water. I was only going to drink 2 bottles, but I drank both of them. I did my push-ups, and I did a little walk down the street and back. That gives you a little bit of sense of control. What would you give? Do you have a little bit of advice or things that you feel like could help the people?
Okay, so how many of you carry around a diary? Now, again, when I say that, it can be a notebook. So, fellas, please understand when I mean diary. Again, we all writing something. It could be in a notebook. It could be in a diary, your little locket, anything, your phone, whatever. Make a checklist. Write out the goals that you have for that day. And as you complete that goal, check it off. You ain't got to worry about it no more. Second one, okay, I need to take a bath. Check it off. Something that's going to elevate you to keep motivating yourself. That's the biggest word when we come into the gym, when it comes to life, is to motivate. I have this little thing where with my host and then with my other friends that I work out with, and even just talk, we're pretty much as iron sharpen iron. I call them my brothers in iron. Okay. Right. If I put it like this, and I'll continue on. My co-host, I keep on saying co-host. Again, my host, right, my brother, said something to me yesterday while we were talking, and he was like, hey, man, if you ever need anything, bro, whether it's a talk or just something, just let me know.
Right.
We have to be there for each other at the end of the day. And like I said before, with that checklist, that helps you to keep being consistent in your everyday life. It helps you stay consistent because now you're goal-driven. You done took yourself from something, now you're goal-driven. So, again, that's what I would say, man.
And I think that's perfect.
Lock in. Just if you have to, like I do myself sometimes, go in there and write about your day, how you feel. Have a conversation with yourself, or like I did before, say like you're driving, something I've done before as well. Take a recording. Motivate yourself, because that's going to help you. Hey, Jordan, today is, November the 24th. how are you doing today, man? Good. Have a conversation with you. You might sound crazy. Have a conversation with yourself. Today's going to be a great day, bro. No matter what you're going through, stay elevated, stay prayed up, put God in your life and keep going. Now, again, I'm not trying to get religious, but that's how I feel. Keep pushing yourself. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. And don't, when you say it, mean it. Don't just sit there and say it and then all of a sudden now you're in denial about it. No. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. If someone else comes around you and tells you it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. But you have to stay mind frame driven. You have to lock in. Almost you have to have like that Neo vision. You know how Neo used to look at everybody who didn't matter to a certain degree, but I always find like that golden person that was like the true form of whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you have to have that vision and you have to see it for what it is.
Yeah, I agree. So don't feel like you have to take on anything alone based on what you said. It's like talk to a friend, a family member. You know what? You can even talk to AI at this point. ChatGPT will like ChatGPT got your back. Bro.
I got a client.
I
got a client. She tells me that her and ChatGPT are having the most insane conversations.
It's true.
And she said that at some point ChatGPT called her a esposa. I was like, are you serious? So
called her esposa.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, I don't know if I want to get
for everybody that don't know what that means.
Esposo is wife and husband. So it, depending on how you use the A's at the end of that, but
right.
I'm not being in Spanish. Is un poquito, which means very little. So again, Duolingo kind of got me a little bit, bro. You know what I mean? I'm kind of learning Japanese at this point. But one day I plan to go back to Japan. And be like, hey, what's up? So yeah, but I mean, like I said, our mental state. It's a very big deal, man. It really is.
And reach out, men especially. God, and that's why I even tell like Jordan, like, hey, bro, if you need something, just pick up the phone, dog. Like, pick up the phone, give me a call, whatever it is. I promise you, I maybe I haven't went through it, or maybe I just need to listen and don't even ask for like. Sometimes we just need to listen. And that could be the thing. So just pick up the phone, talk to somebody, and also talk to a therapist if you need. Like,
there's no shame.
Yeah, man. Like, some of y'all need therapy. Let's just put it out there.
Please.
Some people need therapy. I need therapy sometimes, right? I've seen a therapist. And like, stop trying to handle everything on your own. If maybe you've been in a relationship and you were in it and you can't figure it out for the life of you, go talk to a therapist. I guarantee you they're going to give you something. And also, there's a thing that I learned with journaling. And don't lie in your journal.
yeah, don't do that.
You can lie to everybody else. Don't lie to yourself. How about thinking about, and you don't have to journal every day, maybe once a week, or so it's not so taxing, right? Journal, and then maybe in a month, go back and journal again. Maybe do it like once a month, once a week. But if you do it, like, give yourself some time. Once a month, you just write out how you felt about everything. And if you do that for like 6 months and you're still thinking the same way 6 months after that, you probably do need to talk to somebody, right? Like, and that's just a little bit of self-evaluation, but it also shows that your thought patterns are the same, right? You keep repeating the same pattern for a certain reason, and something's got to change at some point.
And then to add on to that, like, I know we have this mental awareness month, but mental awareness month should be a mental awareness 24/7. Again, I'm not taking anything away from you ladies, but for us men, we are put on a pedestal to where everything is literally on our shoulders. Like, I don't know if you guys know the Greek god Atlas, but Atlas held the world on his back. That's how us men feel. Yeah. Now, again, there are some times where we as men have to control our emotions at the end of the day. If that woman, if that job, if that car, if anything bothers you to where it makes you go out of your mental state, you need to do one little thing. Take a deep breath count to 5, count to 10, and let it all out. And if that situation is still a bother to you, like I said before, mitigate, move around. Because if you continue to try to fight that, I mean, it's almost like playing a video game. You know, you stuck on that one level. To be honest with you, might as well just be like, you know what? Let me just hit restart. Not give up. Hit the restart button, put on the easy mode, and then go back at it again.
Yeah.
But again, at the exact same time, I can only talk from my experiences. Is sometimes we're always trying to fight the bull and is never letting it go. Don't fight it if you don't have to. Point blank.
And I say some things are better to let go. Like if you got something hot in your hand, it's better if you take your hand off of it.
Y'all played hot potato before, right? You know, like let it go, dog.
Let it go. It's gonna be easier. Even anger hurt. I felt like even in my past, any past relationships, anything that I've had, I realized that at some point, if I held on to any kind of resentment or anything like that, I realized it weighed on me heavier than, because the other person, whoever you think you got issues with, probably don't have issues with you. It's in your head, right? More than likely, most of the time, we're our own worst enemies. So once you let that go, you free so much of yourself and your mental. It's crazy. And based on like what Jordan said, men and women, we face different mental battles. We both face different. So we'll start with, we're men, ladies. We're circling back. We'll start with men. Like Jordan, what are one of the things that you think that men just in particular struggle with mentally?
Which is a lot of variables. I guess to be honest, it's just the pressure that is put on us to, you know, be Leonidas at this point. You know what I mean? Leonidas, you know, took on a complete whole army with his 300. I want to say it's the pressure, man. We try to do our best at what we can. Like you said, there's some things that we can't control. I was reading a quote, and it's kind of goes in the exact same way, and I hope I don't butcher it, but you guys know what I'm saying. So Confucius said a bowl is more useful when empty. So if you let go of that pressure, it makes you feel a whole lot better. And I believe men, we are put under a lot of pressure when it comes to any aspect. And I don't think some of you ladies understand that. We are doing our best that we can. Again, I'm not saying relationship wise, we're just doing our best. That's all we can do. So just please bear with us as much as we would like to bear with you on your situations.
Right.
That's what I say that us men can really be on is pressure.
Right. Do you feel like we struggle with a lot with, I know me, I struggled in silence for the longest. I wouldn't even, I struggled in silence, holding things in, not being able to show vulnerability. And all that can lead to burnout, anger. And for men, it is a little hard because as men and as young boys, you're taught at a young age, don't show weakness, don't cry, tough it out. You know what I mean? Dust yourself off, get back up, go again. For the most part, we do that. And I mean, you see influencers, all these people, everybody got opinions, right? On the internet, they'll tell you, oh, never open up to your woman, never open up to a female, never do this, never do that. I don't necessarily think that's true, but I do think you have to pick your audience carefully because everyone's not going to accept it the same. And maybe that's just being careful about who you have in your circle and who's around you. What do you think?
And that's true. I mean, that's I really can't even piggyback off that because you said it just you said a mouthful. I've dealt with that too, man. Just dealing with things in silence because I just don't know who would be able to hear me out if I was to speak out. And we have grown up in an age where, at least I did, and I know you have too, where we were just told to suck it up and just be a man about it. But I mean, it's so much that you can take. You know what I mean? It's almost like you trying to hear that song, Bulletproof. At some point, it's gonna penetrate. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times it gets shot at. It's going to be penetrated.
Right.
Like I said, it's just about finding the right audience, like you said, and knowing who can really have your back at the end of the day. Because again, we live in a day and time that not everybody has your back, and everyone wants to use that as ammo. So that you being that more bulletproof now is going to be even more, because you done told somebody your whole entire life story. Now they're going to use that to penetrate through and break you down even more. So
which is why you want to choose when you're going through something mentally, I guarantee you it'll show you who's there for you, and you'll be able to choose your company a little bit more careful. And I think that's really important. So, because we could go further into that, but we're not. Let's talk about what we feel like women struggle with, and this is just from outside point of view. We can't say
right. Please
don't bite our heads off. We're not.
We ain't trying to get canceled that quick. Please, we're speaking for all beings because we care. Please understand.
So, do you feel like for me, I'm thinking like from what I see, maybe overload, and then I see a lot of women that do a lot for their family and everyone else. They're getting the house ready, and then sometimes us guys don't even recognize how much is going on, and then not leaving anything for themselves, and then maybe even feeling guilty for taking care of themselves instead of, you know what I mean?
I do know this one lady. She has helped me through my situation, and I know she's going through a lot herself, but a lot of her I see in myself that I try to be like her at the end of the day. She's very resilient. She's taking care of her son, and we as men can see a woman of power, a woman of resilience. That can also be like the strength we need. Sometimes you might look at another man like, hey man, that dude's going strong. It's just some people have more of an aura that you take from them, and so I want to give her kudos because she's going through a lot, but she's resilient. And then again, if you saw the few first segments we made, we talked about resilience.
Yep.
And she definitely has that. You know what I mean? And so I want to give her kudos. So it's, man, you women are really strong. You know what I'm saying? And there's some of us men that are really trying to uptake that mantle to a certain degree. Not saying take it over from you, but when I would never tell a woman, oh, you've been through childbirth and you don't know, we don't know anything about pain. I ain't taking away. Have you ever stepped on a Lego though before? Man, say dog. But anyway, I just want to make that as a joke. But for you women, I just want to let you guys know that you ladies are very strong in what you do, and us men, we see that. And so, in the underneath that carpet, we are trying to be just like that.
Right.
And sometimes it gets us a little bit. It's hard sometimes that we're like, how do these women do it? But we try to motivate ourselves. That's why we go to the gym. That's why we do certain things to keep ourselves in that mental lock, to be in that motivational phase, if that makes sense.
And we don't want to complain. That's why dudes are afraid to open up. You don't want your woman to see you as this, because it's going to get in your head. Like, I could say something to Jordan right now and be like, Jordan, your arms ain't that big today, bro.
Oh, I'm going to go to the gym right now.
I could say it, right? But if Jordan has a wife and she's like, your arms, I guarantee you that's going to hit him a little bit different than me saying that, right?
Yes. Your gym bros, because you know for a fact it's almost like a little bit of motivation from your gym bros, but then when your wife or your girlfriend says, it's almost like, damn, what have I been doing in the gym for this remainder of the time I've been there? You know what I mean? Like, did you work on anything?
Right.
But there are a lot of things that we take that can put us in another perspective of a mindset. But other than that, man, I mean, that's how. Yeah. All right.
So before we wrap it up, right? Let's give people some tools. Right, because that's what this is about. Want to give some tools that we use and that hopefully you guys can use. And guys, like we're on Jordan's Live right now on TikTok. And what's your handle?
It's _alpha_wolf bodybuilding.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys ever want to jump in, either it'll be me or him going live or both. That or Tay the Great. If you guys have questions, shoot them. If we don't get to answer them this episode, then I promise you we will go ahead and answer your questions next episode. We just have to see them. So we're gonna give the listeners, we'll give them a couple of tools, right? So for one, movement, doesn't matter how small, just move.
Yeah.
Just get up and do something, right? I feel like that helps. Mindfulness, so meditation, journaling, and just breathing sometimes. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Sometimes that helps. Just take your time, Mindfulness, I think, is a really good one. I've read several books on mindfulness. There's one that was really being promoted a lot. I think it had a Nipsey Hussle brand behind it. It was called The Way of the Superior Man. If you guys get a chance to read that book, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're a couple, read it together. It's actually really good. It teaches you that mindfulness of it'll teach you to be a little bit more mindful, not only in your own life and your romantic relationship with your kids, just being present in that moment. And boundaries. Boundaries are not just for other people so that they won't get near you. Boundaries are for you to protect yourself. Like, hey, I might block this person because I know if they call, I'm too weak to not answer. You know what I mean?
Don't want no toxic stuff.
Boundaries, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard. It's easier said than done.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, you said a whole bunch of good stuff, and I really can't piggyback off because those are the things that we have to put in, again, the mindset.
Right.
If I could do meditation all day long, I definitely would, because to me, making sure your breathing is on point, make sure it's in rhythm.
Right.
That's going to play a big part. Because if you just take that, just again, those of you who are watching, if you are watching, just do 2 times with me, just and breathe out. I guarantee it takes it. You feel a whole lot better.
Yeah.
But when you actually inhale and exhale, let it all go. Don't let it linger in your mind. Don't just sit there and do it and then still have something on your mind. Let it all go, and then go through about your day. You made, how was that, 5 points? Or is that 6 on the tools?
That was 3, but it was kind of wrapped in.
Right. So again, those are the tools that you can use to. Again, I keep saying it. I'm going to say it because we have to have that mindset.
Right.
Use those tools and finding out your mindset. And once you have that mindset, stick with it. Don't derive from it. Don't do anything from that mindset. I mean, honestly, bro, you said those things wrapped up in it is the end all be all.
And one last thing. So what I feel like Fit Insanity is, to me, what this means to me, and I'm pretty sure what it means to Jordan, is that, and with the listeners, a lot of you guys actually know us. And for you guys who don't know us, we are exactly who we say we are on this podcast. This is who we are. We're not, there's nothing else we can be, right? So build yourself a community. Get around some people. Find a community. This is a community, right? This is a community. We want to find people with like mind that are accepting, that are not going to tell you, hey, get away from me with all that. Like every now and then somebody just need a vent. Just, it's okay to be a sounding board sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So I hope we learned a lot on this one. I hope we helped out a lot. Let's do a little bit of fun real quick. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do a couple of rapid fire questions at you.
All right, bet. Interview time. All right.
Yeah.
Like my
rapid
ass catching
fire.
Pikachu mode. Let's go. What's up?
All right. What's your favorite workout?
Man, to be honest, I love doing legs, dog. I started learning the actual sumo squats. Mm-hmm. There's a pendulum squat at our gym where pretty much your feet are pretty much like this, right? But you're actually more in more of a outer portion part. And again, I think you guys seen it probably in my videos. Mm-hmm. But it's here, and then all you do is just squat and put a lot of weight, man, and just go for it.
Okay. What's your favorite go-to mental health reset? What do you go to just to reset immediately?
Go to my car.
Do what?
Honestly, man, I just put the air conditioner on. I put some good chill jazz music on and let myself go. That's my type of music I like to listen to, is chill jazz music. I know it sounds weird, but when those saxophones are hitting, dog, you just sitting there, you're kind of putting yourself in that time zone, bro. That's how I look at it. For me, I just go to my car if I have to.
I feel you. Okay. Give me a quote that you live by.
A good quote that I live by.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think Rocky said it the best, man. Get knocked down 7 times, get up 8.
I like that. I
mean,
I thought you were gonna say something. I'll go with Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you last.
The hand movements.
I was expecting something like that.
I didn't want to go completely into light skin
I'm
mode.
just messing with you.
You guys know I can go to light skin mode quick.
I thought it was coming. I'm like, should I ask him this question?
I got you on that one though. Didn't I?
Yeah, no, that was good.
Get in my Drake mode. You know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. What else you got for me?
Hey, no. That's it.
That's it.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. So give the people some final thoughts. A word of the day.
I'm gonna go back with my motto: change starts with you.
There you go.
Make the change. When you make that change, stay in that exact same lane. Unless something else is in your way, you want to move. Make sure that the exact same mindset that you have just accept for yourself when you move in that other lane, make sure when you finally figure out what needs to happen, move back into that actual mindset. Do not mitigate so far out to where you can't make it back. That point now becomes a dark zone, because now that mindset is gone. Now you're somewhere completely different. Mm-hmm. Now you have to make a new mindset for that zone. So again, you have 3 lanes, or what is it in Texas? Is how many lanes there is? Is 4 or 5 lanes?
Yeah, and they got an HOV lane.
You got an HOV lane. Sometimes you might want to, again, find that lane, mindset that first one. When something happens, you need to go around it, come back to it.
Yeah.
It's going to save you. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. And the HOV lane might be a therapist, because you got to pay for that, right? Or you got to have a certain amount of baggage.
You just make an analogy?
I'm just throwing it out there.
This man made a complete. Oh man, see, this is why I say we're just a complete pair, dog. I cannot believe you made that as an analogy.
You got to have a certain amount, right, to be in the HOV lane. A certain amount of people in your car, at least, right?
Things like 2.
So if you got a certain amount of baggage, you see what I'm saying? Does that match? Is that going?
I will say toll lanes are the HOV.
Toll lanes you pay for. HOV, I think you got to have a certain amount.
Okay.
Well, we'll just drop HOV lanes. Maybe y'all can drop it in the chat.
That is hilarious. Let me actually take the phone off this tripod real quick, so you might see me kind of move around a little bit. I just want to see if you guys have anything to say before we actually cut, because we are kind of pressed for time. But I just want to see if you guys have anything to say. Give me 1 second. I'll come straight to you, and we go from there. Okay? Hold on.
Forward. And to the people that are listening, remember, fitness isn't just physical. It's mental. It's emotional. It's spiritual. And please, please, please show yourself grace. Show yourself grace. What was that?
I have no idea what that was, bro.
The small wins. Show yourself grace, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Only reason I asked what was that, Jordan, we're on live right now, and Jordan just had this funny face on this. It was an accident, but it was funny.
It really was an accident. Like, again, I appreciate you guys for for showing up. Like I said, I know this is gonna be a long type of live video. But again, once I said before, man, just again, catch us if you can't see us all the way through here on this live. Please catch us on our actual channels, which is Fit Sanity. Again, it is on Spotify. Mm-hmm. It's on Apple Music.
Just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. We are up
straight directly from Google.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see if I can turn this on this way. There you go.
You can play it directly from Google also.
Yeah, you can play it directly from Google as well. Mm-hmm. Again, I just want to give a shout out to, hopefully we can get a good sponsor. Again, just saying, I just like Smuckers.
Love them. Come on.
Smuckers, Uncrustables, we love them.
Yeah, Uncrustables. Hey, and the other brand version I was telling Jordan, if you go to Costco, there's one called Crust Offs. if y'all hear us, we'll rock with that too.
Yes, we
We'll rock with
it. Look, put it like this: you talking about how's that even healthy? Look, man, there is some good unhealthy foods that are good healthy for you. So remember that
It's not technically unhealthy. I mean, we're athletic people, so we're gonna use the energy. We could actually use it. So
Yeah, so
it works for us.
So once again, this your boy signing off. Like I said, again, change starts with you.
Mm-hmm. Stay fit and stay sane.
Appreciate it.
And also
hit him with that outro, bro.
I got you guys.
Hit him with that outro.
Hey, so before we go, if you enjoyed this episode, rate the podcast. Please share it. Follow us. Give to someone that you know might be going through a hard time right now, and follow us for more conversations. Leave comments. Your feedback will be very helpful. Until next time, stay fit, stay sane, and stay true to yourself. And we are out.
Yeah, we crush it today. Now it's time for the flex. Mind heavy, heart steady. We demand and respect. Fit Sanity, the code. We don't break, we don't bend. Every setback is set up. Every loss is a win. Keep the pressure on your goals. Let it sharpen your aim. Hustle hard, move smart, stay ahead of the game. Till the next time we link, keep the fire inside. It's the Fit Sanity family. We ride till we rise.